Greetings, everyone. Well, at long last, we're at the final part of the Boxing Week Blu-ray deals updates. Yeah, only got 3 left, so this one probably isn't going to be quite as long as the others. Also, I haven't actually watched any of these, so I don't have quite as much to say about them as I did about the last batch. If you're wondering about the squeakiness, in case you didn't already guess, well, I guess you can see it over there. That's my fan. Yeah, just, as you know, I like to keep the air moving, keep the air flowing. I hate dead, unmoving air. It's just stifling to me. Yeah. Anyway, enough about my fan. Let's talk about Blu-rays. So the last of the Boxing Week deals today on the Multimedia Chronicles. Welcome back. Okay, these three, well, 2 of these 3, I would definitely say were the absolute creme de la creme best deals that I found this Boxing Week, bar none. These ones really, these are the kind of deals where you really feel lucky and blessed the day you find them, because you're just like, oh my god, I can't believe I found this for that little. So let's start with a classic music-based movie. I'm not big on musicals, but there are certain exceptions, such as one that involves the Beatles. Yeah. No, I haven't seen that recent one that was inspired by the Beatles. No, I'm talking about anything genuinely Beatles, like A Hard Day's Night, and which is this one, of course, and what the hell was the other one? They did another... Yellow Submarine, of course, and they did another one. Was it All You Need Is Love? I don't know. I can't remember. My brain is fried right now. It's 3 in the morning. We're just going to talk about this one. So this is the Beatles' A Hard Day's Night, which I think was their first movie, basically a combination of concert footage and just sort of random Beatles craziness as they're trying to survive at the height of Beatlemania, survive the fans and their craziness and whatnot. I've seen bits of this before, and I thought it looked like a lot of fun, and it's one that actually I've been meaning to pick up for years. Like, I remember there was a really nice Laserdisc edition of it many, many moons ago, and I wanted to get that, but I never did. Yeah, so anyway, found this at Walmart for $5. Yep. I'd say that's a pretty damn good deal. I was a little disappointed because there's a slipcover that goes with this, and I saw one copy with the slipcover like a week later, and but it had gone up to regular price by that point, so I was like, damn it. I think regular price on this right now is only like $15-20 anyway, so but I thought, to get a really nice deluxe edition of this classic Beatles film for $5, come on. That's really good. So let's take a look at the extras here. We have quite a lot of stuff. A new promotional special, Things They Said Today. Their production will be second to none. Interviews with the filmmakers, Richard Lester, director, Sir George Martin, musical director, Dennis O'Dell, associate producer, and David Picker, studio executive. With the Beatles cast, John Junkin, Lionel Blair, Kenneth Haig, David Jansen, Anna Coyle, Jeremy Lloyd, and Terry Hooper. Working Like a Dog, the production crew, Gilbert Taylor, BSC, Paul Wilson, Betty Glasgow, and Barry Melrose. Busy Working Overtime, post-production crew, Pam Tomling and Roy Benson, Gordon Daniels, and Jim Rodden. Listen to the music playing in your head, Sir George Martin on the film's music. Such a Clean Old Man, memories of Wilfred Bramble. I've Lost My Little Girl, Isla Blair interview. Taking Testimonial Pictures, Robert Freeman interview. Dressed to the Hilt, Gordon Millings interview. Dealing with the Men from the Press, Tony Barrow interview. They and I Have Memories, Klaus Vormann interview. And Hitting the Big Time in the USA, Sid Bernstein interview. So quite a wealth of stuff on here, all about the film and the various people responsible for for bringing it together and people who were in it. And yeah, just definitely a treasure trove of stuff. And of course, the movie itself is full of Beatles music, all their greatest hits. When did this originally come out? Was this sometime in the mid-60s? Was it like 64? It says, well, if we read the back here, this strikingly original classic captures all the fun, excitement, and unforgettable music of John, Paul, George, and Ringo at the height of Beatlemania. The Beatles perform their songs, look for adventure, all while avoiding hordes of screaming fans. Packed with all-time Beatles favorites, including A Hard Day's Night, All My Loving, Can't Buy Me Love, I Should Have Known Better, She Loves You, and Tell Me Why. Director Richard Lester's groundbreaking motion picture collaboration with the Fab Four is itself a treasured piece of rock history. This collector's edition includes Give Me Everything, a companion anthology to the Beatles' first film, featuring hours of rare and new material. They don't say when the movie came out. I think it was 1964, if I remember correctly. It was, I know, as the description says, it was right at the height of Beatlemania, like when they were at their peak, and you know, had only just sort of exploded in the U.S. and whatnot. So there's the disc, pretty straightforward. And if we pop that out, we get a nice, nice shot of the lads performing there. Very nice. Yeah, great stuff. I mean, I've always loved the Beatles. My parents had a bunch of their albums on vinyl, so I grew up listening to the Beatles on vinyl, and you know, have owned a few albums here and there myself over the years. Just great stuff. Good old-fashioned feel-good rock and roll music, and some of it kind of trippy. Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, anyone? Anyway, moving on. Next up, we have a film that I've been wanting to check out for a while, and it often goes fairly cheap, usually around 15 bucks. I saw it on sale for Boxing Week for $7.99. It was at Best Buy, so my discount actually brought it down to $7.38, so not too shabby. And this one does include the slipcover. I'm, of course, talking about what Richard Corliss from Time Magazine calls a near-perfect movie, The Hurt Locker. Yeah. See, I do buy some good movies from time to time. Not all about the schlock. So this is basically a good old-fashioned movie about the horrors of war. And stuff like that. I have not watched it yet, but I understand it is fantastic. The slipcover itself actually isn't really much to write home about. There's no embossing or anything on it. Just a nice little matte finish thing. I don't know if there's a more deluxe edition out or anything, because this really seems light on extras. Special features, all we have is an audio commentary with director Catherine Bigelow and writer Mark Boal, and the Hurt Locker behind the scenes, and then an image gallery. And that's it. That's all we got. I mean, this is the only edition I've ever seen around. Like, ever. So maybe that's it. Maybe they just decided not to do much in the way of extras and just let the movie stand on its own, which some might argue is the better thing to do anyway. Yeah, there's not even any inserts or anything in here either. It's pretty straightforward. So, I enjoy certain types of war movies. I generally don't go for all of them. You know, I don't go so much for the overly Hollywoodized, glorified ones. The kind of war movies I enjoy are stuff like Platoon and Black Hawk Down and Full Metal Jacket and stuff like that. That really get down into the raw, visceral side of war and the horror of war and the nitty-gritty of it, and just how it ain't pretty, and anybody who thinks it is has never been in one. Not that I've ever been in one, but I know, some of my relatives have been, and they've certainly shared some horrifying stories with me from time to time. And yeah, so I prefer the type of war movie that has a little more bite to it and a little more realism, I guess. I don't equate action movies with that. I mean, action movies are just fantasy type stuff. But something like this that's basically about what it's like to be there and such, that's the kind of war movie that I prefer, because I just feel that it's more respectful to the soldiers who've actually been over there wherever there happens to be in this particular war, fighting for our freedom. And that's the kind of war movie I prefer. So last but certainly not least, I may have just given the game away. Yeah, I think you probably saw it. I got Scarface. Yeah. Sorry, I was going to do a little intro, but I think I gave it away. I don't feel like editing it. So anyway, Scarface. This, of course, is the limited edition steelbook. One thing I thought was kind of nice is after taking the shrink wrap off, the backing just comes right off. See, no snot booger glue on it whatsoever. So the back lists the special features and everything on there. The steelbook itself is quite nice. I've had my eye on this basically since it came out. I have never seen Scarface. I have not seen this version, nor have I seen the 1932 original version. But if we crack this baby open, first off, we do have some art cards here, which I'll show you in a moment. We have a thing for how to get your digital copy of Scarface, which expires in September of 2012, so it's actually still good. Now this is really nice. 2-disc edition. So you got the movie with all the extras on there on a nice 50 gig Blu-ray disc. And then you get a bonus DVD of the original 1932 Scarface. How cool is that? So I haven't quite decided. I might actually watch this one first, just because it was the first one, and then check out the Al Pacino one later. So we take a look there, you can see all of the lovely artwork on the interior of the steelbook. Now this is kind of nice. Yeah, they're overlapped, but you see this big hub right here? What that means is when you put the 2 discs in, yeah, there we go. It actually lifts them up to the point where they're not even coming close to touching each other. So that's really nice. That's how you properly stack a couple of discs on there. So the art cards here, this I gather was some kind of a contest they had to do poster art for the art cards, sort of like mock poster art or just, you know, fan art. So this is all fan art that people have done and submitted to a contest that I gather Universal was running before the Blu-ray release. You know, specific to the limited edition. As far as I'm aware, these art cards are not available anywhere else. So quite nice indeed. I noticed the art cards themselves seem to be in the same aspect ratio as the film, which is, yeah, kind of cool. Nice little consideration. Say Goodnight to the Bad Guys, a title borrowed by the Trailer Park Boys finale. Yes, I just mentioned Trailer Park Boys in a Scarface video. What can I say? And there we go. Try not to get paper cuts as I'm doing that. And we're back to the beginning. So that's pretty cool. So these were all shrink wrapped together originally, and then the way we put them into the case, let's put the digital copy paper in there first. The way we put them into the case is just like this. Some people might like to put them under the clips, but they're a bit thick for the clips, so I just like to rest them nicely in there, not being squished by the clips, and then close the case like that. It snaps shut, and quite a lovely steel book for your shelf. Now I of course do keep these backings. I don't have like a file folder or anything. I just kind of put them towards the back of the collection, a little stack of them, sort of hidden in the shadows on one of the shelves. I'll find a better place for them at some point, but let's just quickly go over the special features here. We have they've actually remixed the audio into 7.1 surround sound. See if they have the doesn't seem to specify if they have the original. Oh, they do have a stereo mix, which I think is the original mix. They have a DTS HD Master Audio 7.1 mix and a DTS 2.0 stereo mix. This movie was from 1983, so I believe it was probably originally in stereo. because that's kind of when stereo sound was really starting to pick up steam. So additional features, we got deleted scenes, the world of Tony Montana, the rebirth, the acting, the creating, Scarface the TV version. That'd be interesting. So it's like an alternate. Oh, I know. I think I know what that is. Sort of a version of Scarface with all the F-bombs bleeped out or censored or replaced with even more ridiculous things. And the making of Scarface, the video game. Then, in addition to that, we got Blu-ray exclusive features. We have the Scarface Phenomenon. This all-new documentary explores how a film plagued with troubles is now considered a cult classic, influencing a whole new generation of filmmakers and leaving a lasting imprint on pop culture. A couple of U-Control features. We have the Scarface scorecard. Track the F-bombs and the bullets fired while you watch the movie. I know I've seen a YouTube video a while ago that had just every single F-bomb from Scarface back to back. And it was pretty funny just seeing that. Then picture-in-picture, access cast and filmmaker interviews, plus view a scene comparison between this classic and director Howard Hawks' 1932 original as you watch the film. Oh, that's interesting. So you can actually, so it might actually be a good idea to watch the original first and then see if I can spot those as I'm watching the remake. I didn't actually know that the original was done by Howard Hawks, who of course did The Thing from Another World in 1951, which was the first time that John W. Campbell's Who Goes There had been adapted for the screen, and that was later reinterpreted more accurately to the original source material by John Carpenter in 1982 with The Thing. Yeah, so we'll just keep the keep this for the shelf. Now, want to know how much I paid for Scarface? This is the big Boxing Day deal of the year, right here. This edition is a limited edition steelbook. I don't know when it's going out of print, but I assume that it will be fairly soon because I've been seeing it disappear quite rapidly from the shelves lately. So get it soon if you've had your eye on it and you don't have it yet. The usual retail price for this edition is about $33 to $35 still now today at the time of this recording of this video, which is January 10th 2012. It was on sale Boxing Week at Best Buy for $12.99. Well, that's a good deal. I was quite happy. That's why I grabbed it, actually. I was like, $12.99 for Scarface? Limited edition steelbook? Hell yeah, I'll totally get that. So I grabbed it expecting, you know, my discount to bring it down to maybe $11.99 or something, or $12.50. So I checked my receipt when I got home. Apparently my discount brought it down to $5.19. That's right, I got the Scarface limited edition steelbook Blu-ray for $5.19. I'd say that's the deal of the year right there. Yeah, I was definitely stoked about that and was bragging about it all night online to all my friends. I mean, come on, something like that is definite bragging rights right there. I mean, I don't brag very often, but you know, some people think that's all I do. Whatever, go fuck yourselves. But yeah, something like that is definite bragging rights, just because. I mean, I got a deal and I didn't even realize I was getting that deal at the time. I didn't notice it until I looked at my receipt when I got home. So yeah, so 3 definite you know, quality additions to the collection there that I am very much looking forward to checking out. Yeah. Alrighty. Well, and if any of you are wondering, I have never seen any of these at all, ever. Not even Scarface. I know, Scarface has been around for years. There's another one, like, that was, you know, on Laserdisc and lots of deluxe editions over the years. Just never got around to it. You know, there's a really nice deluxe DVD edition that came out a few years ago in this beautiful black faux leather case. Wanted that, didn't get it. Anyway, kind of glad I waited now. So now I get to see it in high def. And for, you know, basically pocket change, so that's not too shabby at all. Alrighty, well, that is most definitely it for the Boxing Week Blu-ray updates. I do have a few other updates, some more gift card stuff that I picked up prior to Christmas and Boxing Week. I mean, I know I'm kind of all over the map in terms of my own personal life continuity, but whatever, that's the way it goes sometimes. Yeah, so a few more editions, and then that'll be it for the updates for a while, at least, because all my money currently is going towards the move. And then, yeah, so I probably won't be buying any new stuff for a while. But in the lull between updates, I'll, you know, I still have lots of overview stuff to do. You know, like I could do more about my comics. I could do the rest of the laser discs. I know some of you guys really like the laser disc collection. I've still got about half my laser disc collection to go through that I haven't even done videos about yet. Yeah, tons of stuff. Maybe we'll do that. Alrighty, well, that is definitely it from me to you for now. Hope you've enjoyed the Boxing Week deals this year. We'll do it again next year. Until next time, thanks for watching, and sayonara. And I'm going to bed.